Good morning, Lagos. It's time for Business Express here on Smooth 98.1 as part of Smooth Breakfast here with myself. I am Mairo-Ese and of course Valentine Ohu. But to steer the ship, we have Rotus in the building. Good morning,
Good
Rotus.
morning, Ayo. Good morning, and beyond.
And Rotus isn't alone. He's here with Bolamiwa. Good morning, Bolamiwa.
Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Beyond.
Beyond. All right. Okay. So for Beyond the Shores, if you're listening, you can send your messages to be a part of the conversation through WhatsApp 0809 4440981, or you can go on Twitter. We're live at Smooth91 FM and use the hashtag Business Express 981. You can follow Rotus directly at Rotan Court. That's ROTANKWOT.
Yes, you got it. ROTANKWOT. Thank you. Yeah,
Spell.
we have to start spelling this thing because it confuses people.
We're also streaming live on YouTube as well, so please don't forget. You can also go on youtube.com, search for Smooth91 FM, and follow us as well.
All right, thank you so much. Let's see now. The markets. I was just talking with Bola about this. Pretty nasty yesterday. 1.5% drop. We're at 29,862 points. We fall to 28,000 points. Only 13 stocks gained in value yesterday. Market cap has now dropped below 11 trillion. We're at 10.9 trillion naira. So far this month of April, 4.4% down is where the market is. For the year, we're already at 7.2%. So well, it's not looking too good on the stock market. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. I think the rally, like I said earlier, the rally that the market that would have happened in the market would have been steered by if the other candidate won the election. But
right.
I think people are really not expecting a change in policy. So there's really nothing to juice up the market.
All right. Well, okay. Moving from the markets, there was a poll that we conducted yesterday. I saw an interesting article from actually it was an op-ed, so it was kind of subjective. Anyway, from This Day newspaper, they said that Godwin Emefiele is the best CBN governor ever, according to what was written in This Day newspaper. I must stress This Day newspaper yesterday. So I decided to just throw this out to our listeners and our followers on Twitter. I asked them, you guys go out. I mean, the polls have closed. I set it up yesterday, just closed a few minutes ago. To vote. Who would get your votes for Nigeria's best central bank governor? So if you're, we can make this a conversation as well. Now, I limited the options to the last 3 CBN governors we had because I didn't have that many. I didn't have that many options on Twitter. It doesn't give you that many options to vote for. But the options were Godwin Emefiele, Lamido Sanusi, Charles Chukwuma Soludo, and then I also added other. If you wanted to put another name that you wish. So, Bola, what are the results that we got?
Okay, so to start with, I would say This Day is on it. I don't know how they got their results. I don't know how they came about the pronouncement.
I must have to say right here that This Day is a credible news source.
All right. Again, op-ed, opinion as it was an op-ed. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, so the result of the poll, 50% voted in favor of Charles Chukwuma Soludo, 38% Lamido Sanusi, 10%
Godwin Emefiele. So that according to your vote, so okay.
And 2% for others.
So what do you think? Who if you had to vote, who would cast your vote for?
Well, I think it's really a subjective conversation.
Right, that's correct.
You need to give kudos to the 3 CBN governors that we've had in recent times. One tends to want to go in the direction of Charles Soludo because of the major reform that he carried out in the banking industry. But again, he's a visionary, and you give kudos to him because really it takes someone who has the guts to make that huge reform, and that's what we are benefiting from.
And that was just to help our listeners. That was the banking sector
consolidation,
right.
Which took us from I think 89 banks to like 24 banks, stronger banks. But again, you also give kudos to Lamido Sanusi because he came in at a time when the system almost crumbled.
The financial crisis that started when he came
in.
Yeah?
That was the period that saw him stabilize. We almost saw the collapse of the likes of Intercontinental and a couple of other banks until he came in and stabilized the system. Some people may not buy my position on it, but really, if he hadn't come in at that time, maybe would have been in a serious mess. So you needed someone who understood the system. It's a Soludo came in from outside.
Right.
So he came in and disrupted the structure that it met on ground.
Right.
But I think when you're creating the big picture, you also need someone to apply the brake.
Right.
It's just like you're running at 120 kilometer per hour without having a brake in place.
Right.
It's an accident going to happen. So we saw a Soludo came and stabilized the system, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
Sanusi came in and stabilized the system, which was very fantastic and brought us out of the crisis that would have happened, crumbled the entire system. So he finished his tenure, as it were. Then Godwin came in.
Right.
Godwin came in at a time when he came in just like a year into his administration. We saw
the recession.
The recession, number one. We also saw the foreign exchange issue that the country had to go through, but fantastic, he was able to manage it. Whether is in line with globally acceptable rules and principles is a debate for another day. But the truth is the currency stabilized. I think we have an era that we can maybe it's not at the levels that people want it to be, but at least you can predict what the naira would be over a period of time, and I think stability is a major mandate of the central bank. So I think the three of them came in at a different during different periods, and they've achieved different results. So I don't want to compare directly, but the people have voted the way in their own.
Talking about votes, we have a few more votes coming in from WhatsApp. Can we still count?
We can get in the top comments, of course.
All right, so Goke from the UK says, I agree with Soludo being the best CBN governor. He's a visionary and kept up with so many policies that turned the banking sector around.
All right, that's from the UK, eh?
Yeah,
thank you for that, Goke. Wow. Excellent.
And then we have Yinka here, who's from Nigeria. Finally, one election that is not inconclusive. See, INEC needs to take a cue from Rotus and Bolariwa. So Rotus for INEC chairman, come 2023. Sorry, he's not a professor.
Exactly.
Sometimes I wonder if this day, all right, should be in musical magazine. All right, so Yinka's opinion. Now, Osa says, Sanusi, for me, he changed payments in Nigeria.
All right.
So we also have Onyobi Obijaku says, take nothing from the rest. Soludo is radical. Only few can succeed with such reforms.
Right.
And then we have Darlington from Apapa who says, Professor Chukwuma Soludo is still the best CBN governor in recent times. His banking reform in 2004 is the bedrock of why most Nigerian banks are still standing today. The disruptive revolution is epic, and His Royal Majesty Sule Sanusi also was brilliant in stabilizing the route after consolidation. Kudos to the both of them. Please leave Murphy alone.
That name Murphy, it has caught on, eh? You have to give props to Double F on Twitter. He coined that phrase. Well, thank you all for your comments as well. Bolara, very objective of you. Thank you for giving props to all three of the past CBN governors and our listeners as well with their comments. So let's move on. Okay, the World Bank, quick announcement. The World Bank has a new president. They've appointed, his name is David Malpass. He's effective. His tenure starts today for the next 5 years, I think until 2024. Just quickly, very interesting. The last World Bank president, Jim Kim, he resigned 3 years into his tenure, to go and work for a private equity firm. Very interesting, the pull and the attraction of private equity firms now, that you can actually get a sitting World Bank president to leave his position. Interesting enough, real quick, the person who runs that particular private equity firm is called Global Infrastructure Partners. That's the private equity firm that the former World Bank president Jim Kim went to go work for. It's run by a Nigerian, very popular man overseas, Mr. Adebayo Ogunlesi. He's the chairman and managing partner of GIP. I think they bought a large stake in Gatwick Airports not too long ago and then sold it. So he's a big time businessman there. All right, Bolara, from the World Bank to the IMF. The IMF recently, they had a team of economists that came to visit Nigeria for their Article 4 consultation. They've listed reforms. When we ask for solutions for Nigeria's issues, I don't know, and I know there's some animosity against the IMF from a number of Nigerians for a number of reasons, but what do you think about the list of things that they put out here that they said Nigeria needs to do in order to push the economy forward?
Well, I think the 10 items that they listed here are spot on, because really they're the bedrock of the economy.
Right.
So they talked about the medium-term outlook for the economy remains subdued with downside risk.
Right.
They are spot on. That's the reality. The economy is still very sensitive to external factors.
Yeah.
As it is, what really brought us out of the recession is the upsurge in the price of crude oil.
Right.
So it's still very sensitive. If it goes down today, we are in trouble. So they've actually told us what it is. Another point that I think that they made here is the forex reserve buoyed by short-term flows. The truth is, hot money is what is still driving our reserves. What we need is FDIs, foreign direct investment. I hope we are able to attract that.
Please, subsidy. Can you mention subsidy? I beg. That's my own issue. Real quick. I know we have very little time left.
Okay,
please,
so
subsidy.
They also talked about that it is time to end fuel subsidies. I think the government needs to listen. They need to get this money and put it in some long-term projects that would impact on rather than consumption. We are consumption driven. We need to move away from consumption and invest in what would impact on that will generate revenue across board. Because as it is today, you think you are subsidizing the poor, but the truth is you are subsidizing the rich, because it's the rich that consume most of the fuel that in the country. The poor, how many liters do they consume per day? So really, they need to rethink the strategy. And a couple of others on tax reform
as well, to raise revenue.
They need to take out all of this tax incentives that they've been giving to the big ones.
Those tax holidays. You guys should, and I'll tweet the article out. Please read it, because the IMF, I know some of you don't like them, but they tell the truth. Bola, we run out of time. Well, this show will be 30 minutes one day. Thank you very much, Bola.
Thank you, Rotus.
Thanks for all your messages. Thank you
very much for your messages. Let's take one or two before we go.
Okay, cool.
Onyeka on Twitter says, I'll go for Sanusi because he helped review downwards most bank charges and also called out the National Assembly on their excessive expenditures. We have a few votes. Emir Sanusi from Jimny, who says was more of a theorist during his time as the CBN governor, although he had his good side, but I think I'll give it to Soludo. For Emefiele, we are still looking at his tenure, although the forex facility could be linked to him.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much for your comments and your messages and for voting. If you'd like to, is it poll still open?
No, it's closed. I mean, we started it earlier, so it just closed, but you can still keep sending in comments. Yeah, exactly.
Start a conversation on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, but is there another poll today?
No, we don't have another poll. If something interesting comes up, I'll pop one in there.
Another one. Okay,
yes,
Rotus is still here tomorrow, so please tune in from 6:45 with Business Express 981. All right, Lagos, we'll go on a quick break. When we come